the ranking. Let's see if Mute can pull the upset again. He already did it once. Can he do it twice? In the top right, it is Mute, playing from Peru. And in the bottom left, we do have SHIN, aka Ragnarok, and Roll and Rocker. One of the masters of bailing and diversion. Oh, what are you doing? Where are you going? I smell gold minerals. Oh, he's even gonna sacrifice the 5 minerals. Oh boy. Okay, so he's gonna... Did only scout it a little bit. For a second I thought he would take the offensive gold. That would be the most ballsy move. And yeah, Mute doesn't check for the gold. A little bit of a scouting mistake here. He's gonna come in and see no natural, so he's gonna say like, oh, panic. Do we have a pool? Do I need a probe? Does not panic. Scouts the pool, sees, hey, wait, it's not finished yet. Where is your base? And he should assume the next target would be the gold base. Gonna reconfirm, no base here. Only imagine he's gonna go to the gold now. Check it out here. There we go. Find that one. Pylon. Looks like a Stargate pylon to me. Drone transfer coming in here. Going ahead with 7 workers. Where are you going, man? Those workers were going very weirdly. Adapt to pressure this maybe? Speed and pulling out of gas afterwards. One thing that is a little bit difficult with this move as SHIN, you will only have what you have produced out of this area as anti-air. So you kind of need to get a spore crawler here rather sooner than later against that oracle. He's probably gonna have 2 queens, which should be fine, but yeah. Prioritizing producing queens from the gold base, as you can see. He has 1 in production, 1 is finished in the main, but it's only just chilling around. Finally the second one in the main is starting. The one in the natural. Oh wait, he actually... The supply block. There you go. The one on the natural, as I say, in the gold base. About to finish. Probably makes a 3rd one here. Let's see it. There's enough money. There you go, 3rd queen. Yeah, so he is gonna have... About to have 3 queens. When this oracle hits. He's still gonna make a spore crawler. I'm trying to deny the 3rd, but the 3rd is actually not timed that well here for Mute currently. Which is a little bit lucky for him, but he's out of position. Oh my god, Lynx, come in and just eat away at the army. What are you doing? What am I seeing? Oracle is gonna get recalled here. Adept's dying. Oh boy, oh bro, oh Mute, oh no. You need to have the fat zealot in the wall, or the adept, or the probe, or anything. Oh man, trying to snipe the over. Even the overlord's still alive. He lost the stalker. He's even gonna try and snipe one more adept here. Second oracle even coming back. No damage. No damage taken here for SHIN. Been drawn in so freely, has been working mining so efficiently. Having a lovely field day so far. Evolution chamber on the way, 4th base on the way. Love to see it if you're a Zerg player. Gold base. Man. Fully operational. Oracle's out of juice. Depth glaives. We need to check if this was actually scouted. We will see it in a little bit here. Oracle's coming in, they have been spotted, so Queen's in position, not gonna do anything. But the Twilight hasn't been seen. This is one way you can make magic happen here. But there's already so many. This is already a Queen Ling walk here from our Zerg player. Actually, Lings are not gonna be great against that amount of adepts. He scouts the amount of adepts. He says like, wait, that's weird. Let's throw down a Baneling nest because I'm rocking rock and roll. And I'm the master of Banelings and disaster. Yeah, his +1 of course is also on the way, but yeah, just having Banelings or access to Banelings is gonna be enough for him. Forge is on the way. This Overlord was never dealt with, so it's free reign over that base. Running around, scouting everything, a lot of adepts being set here, don't do anything. Now charge follow up here. What is this gonna be? Adept charge? He's still making adepts. And yeah. Lost an Oracle. Now he loses all the adepts. Loses the second Oracle. I think those Lings getting in at the time they got in and getting the units they got, that was basically when Mute fell apart here. He's still trying to make something happen. He's gonna get a few workers, but let's have a look at the trade actually. "71 links and 7 drones for 17 adepts." A lot of 7. This is 3 7s in 3 numbers. It's basically a jackpot, right? Alright, taking the 4th base, but how can he defend? And he's gonna have charge, but he does not have it. Oh, he has a Templar Archives. Excuse me, okay, so yeah. At least he has that one going, but there's no AoE, is there? There's no Storm yet. There's no Storm on the way. It's gonna be only Archon, Charge Lot, Immortal, and Void Ray, interestingly enough. Probably just to get this Overlord or Overseer out of his base, because it's so pesky, scouting everything. Or look at this Congo line of links. Lurker then on the way. Can he cancel this base with the links there? +1. Nah, it's not gonna be enough here. Hallucination's not gonna find the scout. He still doesn't know about all of this transition here. Lurker then. Hive. Doesn't know the state of the game, so it's gonna be very difficult for you to read this situation correctly. He does have Storm on the way now at least, which is gonna be nice for him. But he needs basically a bigger immortal count, or he needs to go into Disruptors with this as well to counter those Lurkers. He's gonna have a bad time. Links surrounding these Zealots here. Zealots, again, not in the perfect position, unfortunately. This is a nice move here, getting this base in the bottom of the map. These Zealots are gonna be forfeit though. At least they extracted their value in cleaning up that base. Ooh. Dance. Dance from puppets. He has a couple good observers, but he definitely lacks vision in the bottom of the map. He needs another observer there. Storm is gonna be done though in a hot second here. And this is the big thing though. So if he moves this Immortal and that Zealot runs out of the wall and then opens up the way, this is something that... a way that Ragnarok has won a lot of games. But he knows that they're... oh my god, this is not a home position. He knows that these are here. He sees them with the Observer. War Prism is trying to sneak across the map through the trees there. And the big lurker shove is gonna happen here. Throwing down boldly the gold nexus. Those two High Templars should throw down their storms. Oh, they don't have them yet. Oh my god, they were off a couple of energies here. These queens are not doing anything. At least I scout the base here. Lurker shove is happening right now. Lynx are trying to come in here in the north, but only baiting out a few storms apparently. Getting an immortal is very nice. Those two queens walking back again. This is such a bad position for Yami to be in, man. If he sees this, Ragnarok, and then just moves in there, gonna be so dead. But nah, he's just gonna settle for the base here, luckily enough. But he'll not just settle for one base. That's some nice storms there. Yeah, you can just easily rotate now to the next base. Ton of zealots are here, but there's already Lynx to greet those. I mean, Lynx are not gonna be the perfect answer to zealots, but if they have overwhelming numbers, it doesn't matter. Gonna kill those. Gonna clear this base here as well, deny the base, and we're suddenly sitting at 3 bases for Protoss. While Zerg is mining out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. Let's still call this a mining base. 6 against 3. You guys do the math, tell me. Which is higher? Fleet Beacon having, he's trying to transition, but he does not have the income to do this at this moment. He needs to kind of crush his army and retake his bases. But I don't think Ragnarok is gonna let him. And now here, the last remaining fresh mining location here for our Protoss player. He needs to hold this. He has a lot of storms doing a ton of damage also. Oh my god, those storms, man. This is a lot of storms. Doing a great job. And he has a zealot run by happening at the same time, but most of this is gonna get picked apart very quickly and not really finding the damage he's looking for. Still though, he traded a lot of his army, but he manages to push this back. So now he needs to double expand. He's going into a Dark Shrine, but what he really needs to do is set up a Nexus here yesterday and set up a Nexus here 3 days ago. Or over here. 2 of these 3 locations you need to set up a Nexus now. He has the workers, he does not have the positions to mine. Look at this. This is so grossly oversaturated. 34 out of 16, my god. It's more than double. He has like 4 workers for each patch. It's so many. He would even make more money than like long distance mining here. But yeah, only setting up 1 base is not gonna be enough. If you lose 1 more base again, you're gonna be out of the game. So let's see what he can make here happen here though. He's transitioning into those Tempests, and I like the choice, but the issue is Ragnarok or SHIN actually did not transition yet into those air units, into the Broodlord army. So if he just stays on Lurker, 3 Tempests are not gonna win you the game. And no storms. Oh, good stasis here. Also nice warning here to trigger the defense hopefully. Coming in. Down the alarms. But already a good position here for our Lurker player. And yeah, the army rotation is a little bit slow. At least he gets out with 30 of his 34 probes. Oh my god, he didn't hit it. The storm, the clutch storm. This would have been game. It simply would have been game over. But that one clutch storm, man. Yeah, that was anticlimactic, I know. Saving 42 probes there. Did deny a base here from SHIN, but SHIN doesn't care. He has this base, he has this base, he has this base, he still has this base. He also still has this base, so he doesn't mind. And he got this base. We're looking at a 3 base Protoss, ladies and gentlemen, 3 bases. And this is, I mean, he's not even mining gas here. And it's not because he doesn't need the gas. He's still mining a little bit here. He has no more minerals in his main. He gets that Lurker. Ready to spy on the way. Maybe those Tempests are actually gonna shoot at a Broodlord. Where are those Tempests? Oh, there they are. Yeah, this is, I think, the great kill of the Protoss workers. Finally, the great genocide here. And lurkers are making their retreat, so they are evacuating. Those Tempests have been killed off, so no potential to snipe Broodlords. 50 probes. Come on, make it 50. Get one more somewhere. There, this one. This is number 50. Oh! Oh! I can't believe it. It didn't do it. 49 workers. GG. SHIN is gonna take the game. Mute is gonna tap out. Björn awaits in the finals, by the way. Shameless did manage to beat Rebellion and then did fall to Björn. Right, let's hop into map number 2 here. When Mute and SHIN. Mute did play a very good game, very solid game, but it also lacked a lot of potential for him to win, like opportunities. He didn't really create too many for himself. Yeah, in the bottom right we do have the man in question, Mute being down 1-0. Can he turn it around? In the top left it is SHIN, just exploiting whatever he could to yeah, win the game there in the last one. So Mute did not set up enough opportunities, in my opinion, for himself to try and win the game. He had a lot of good moves to try and not lose the game, but not losing only gets you so far, right? Unless you're like a Showtime or Stats or something, you know? And even then, those people also know that you need to mix it in if you want to play at that super high top level. Beat with the best. Rope going across. Gateway on the way. Everything normal. Man, is this early game interesting. Orders versus Zerg. Thank God we do have 12 worker starts, so everything has so many minerals. And every choice really matters. Do we make another 15 workers or do we make another 30 workers? That's the only difference that matters. But then the game is already 5 minutes long. Yeah, I kind of want to see a tournament on 4 worker starts or something. I want to go back, man. Scrap those gases, getting one rich gas, 1 gas, and 8 worker start. Sorry, 4 worker start or 6 worker start. You want to be that guy. It would completely break everything. And then please no 50 base maps for 2 players. Like, I mean, count the bases here on this map. This Oceanborn, it has a lot of bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases for each player. Oh damn! UrsaTV Canada. This, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is the sponsor. Thank you so much. Gifting 5 subs. Enjoy those guys. Thank you so much. Oh, Robo, watching some StarCraft. I see you there, friend. Happy to get back on H later down this year. Hope you guys are enjoying so far. That probe is gonna go and bite the dust. New record, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, UrsaTV. Not only hosting and supplying everyone here in the cup and basically hosting these cups, also for the subs. Very much appreciated. I think so far the first cup actually really delivered, even though some of the top-end competitors, excuse me, did not show up. We did have a lot of good games actually, so I'm quite happy here. And yeah, if we keep this running, I think we're gonna have a healthy rotation of strong players. Bo3, wow. Interesting stuff here. He's gonna get that Overlord, of course, deny those links. And Oracle behind. A little bit late on the Nexus, or I guess delaying that Nexus to get the safety out first. And complete the wall here. Has 3 Adepts in the wall as well. And after this Oracle, I kind of want to see. I mean, you usually go into your Nexus first and then you go into the tech, but Mute could play a 2-base style here. He's gonna go offensive with the Bo3 for now, and there we go, it's a Forge already. It's a very peculiar build he's been displaying this game here. Doug's busy with push-ups and polishing boots. Yeah, also trap, right? I don't know what that guy's doing, man. Signing up and then not showing. Usually not his style. I can try to talk to him and get him into the next week. Coach Warren on the way here for SHIN. Leia also on the way. And extra gas is only one. No, excuse me, second one as well here at the third base. Been mixing, randomizing this a little bit here. Bo3 is gonna try and poke at this extractor, but the queens are gonna be in position to defend. Links are not gonna find anything against this Zealot and Depth Force, and this is just a very safe opening for Mute. Playing this with 1 Bo3 into 2 Oracles, he's gonna have a nice drive-by here and sees everything, gets a full scout. While he has 4 Zealots and the 3 Adepts at home sitting with a couple sentries here, so very, very safe. The trade-off is it is a little bit of a slow economical build-up, and as the result you already see that SHIN is ahead in workers, which usually only happens around this time where Zerg starts to surpass, like 55 workers usually is the time where Zerg kind of catches up. But yeah, as a matter of fact, SHIN is already ahead. He's already sitting at the very, very healthy 3-base economy. Basically full saturation, 66 workers here. And he's going into a Spire. So yeah, this is very interesting to me now. Of course, there haven't been any Phoenixes so far, but the Stargate is there. So you can get those Phoenixes if you want to, if you need to have them. If you can find out what's happening. The Spire is a little bit hidden. It is in between all of the bases from Ragnarok, and if you can kind of zone those oracles perfectly, or just enough, then this is gonna be unscouted. Laser trap here to deny this base, but been already taking his 4th over here, and yeah, holding down the drone key a little bit more here. 75 workers. Very, very healthy for him. Blarkev's on the way, and it feels like Mute again is just trying to play a longer macro game here, and I don't hate it. But eventually he will need to... Oh, this is great. This is such a great scout. He sees the Spire just before the meters pop, so now he can start a Phoenix. But yeah, again, where I wanted to point or allude to is that Mute needs to do moves that can set him up to win the game, actually. Oh, is he gonna snipe? Oh, he's gonna get it. Can't believe it. The Void Ray, man, the best tool in his defensive arsenal, is gonna die to Biles. And mutas are coming in now. Phoenix out of position here. Only one. This is not what you need to have again. I mean, this is only 7 mutas, but yeah, 2 Phoenix are gonna be enough. Chase these down. 7 mutas are gonna be good enough to do so much damage here. No shield batteries ready whatsoever. Definitely a big mistake here. Having those batteries, buying some time to get those Phoenixes out in time. Or get your army in position to rotate down here and deny those mutas their damage. Would have been enough, but man, just, I mean, he had the information, he had everything ready, but he just didn't do it. The push came in at the perfect time to distract here. Now he gets 13 workers. I mean, still you sacrifice 7 mutas, so in the end it's actually not that great if you think about it. But the tempo is just on the side of Ragnarok. It looks though that, like, Mute can stabilize here. He also has 3 Phoenixes, so he's gonna lift a few units. Gonna lose one of the Phoenixes. They look so cool when they lift something, man. That was kind of a bit dark. Again. How many overlords do you need to be at maximum supply? Is it 27? They're all having like a big meeting right here. Not sure what they're discussing, but must be important. Right, couple of mortals rotating down here with the army, and another Voidra actually in the mix here. Did manage to rebuild one. An interesting decision. A few oracles coming in here to assist in the fight. Still has 3 Phoenixes, but I don't think, I mean, yeah, don't lose them to Biles, right? This Void Ray though, that's good. If it's being microed, it's invincible. If it's being microed, there you go. Walking into his own bile, man. He's trying to overwhelm here, SHIN that is, with his Roach Ravager force, but he's bleeding a lot of units at this point, and I think the defense is gonna be solid here. Mute is looking good. He didn't really lose too many extra probes. Losing those 13 was basically every worker he lost with the Mutalisk, and that's all. He's been looking good so far afterwards. He's starting to round off his position. He didn't really lose too many of his air units. I mean, he lost the Void Ray once, he lost 1 Phoenix, but he still keeps 3 Phoenixes alive. He has the 2 Oracles for tags and for traps, and he still has 1 Void Ray to try and work at this army, but now there's Hydras in the mix. Roof Spine still not online, so no range yet. They do have their speed augments of whatever, and they do pick off the Void Ray. Please, at least do attack or do a stasis behind your army or something. You have no storm ready yet on that High Templar. There we go. Lifting a few units here, but losing those last Phoenixes. And as I was complimenting him on keeping his air army alive now, he loses most of it. He moves in with a couple more Void Rays, only to lose them as well to those Hydralisks. Void Rays are not the perfect play here. Very questionable choice. Did feedback actually? I don't think he has Storm actually. I don't think we do have Storm research. Yes, that's a big mistake. You never got Storm. Why do you have a Templar if you don't have Storm? Get one more and make an Archon. I mean, it already has like 2 kills for some reason. With his 5 damage attack. Oh, it's probably 8 now. Ah, it's only 7. Plus 3 High Templars only scale up to 7 damage. Very unfortunate here. Alright, Ragnarok coming in here, trying for the last push, last shove. He does have lurkers eventually with this competition. At this point, picking away, sieging at the army here. There are Tempests in the air, but I think he lost the Oracles. Yeah. If he had those still alive right now and could have done things like tax, well, then it looks very different again, doesn't it, huh? And as is, he doesn't have, so he cannot, and now he doesn't even have observers here. He only has 1 observer, and that's way across the map. He's trying to do some counterattack damage with zealots here, but they're just falling apart everywhere. He still keeps the base alive, and the Tempests are strong in that defensive position. But it feels like he's bleeding more and more units. He isn't really gaining any ground. And as I said earlier in the last game as well, he was doing a lot of good things to stay alive in the game, but he didn't really do anything to set himself up for a potential win. Even those Tempests are great to poke away at your enemy, but eventually if it comes to a very big fight you can't avoid and can't hit and run, well then they're gonna be trash, because they're not gonna kill everything fast enough. You'd rather have like 4 carriers, right? I'm gonna try to get another Nexus down here. If you can get this base up and running, it's gonna be a great step back for him into the game. But this has already been seen. He did saw the probe. Yeah, he must know. There we go. It's gonna identify this. Oh, even denying the weapon. This is probably one of the first advices I ever gave in StarCraft to a Protoss player. Trying to look at his practice games and, you know, trying to improve. And one thing I said to him, always have 2 pylons. At every new Nexus, always throw down a second pylon with it. They need to be, you know, with 1 there's power, with 2 there's balance, you know. You need to have 2 for the balance. Alright. Pushing into those lurkers now, finally with some tags here, but already Vipers are, oh god, here and are abducting so many of those Tempests. He's only sniping a couple though, 2 are staying alive. Can he get the last 2 on the retreat? No. Answer is no. Staying alive here. Also gets a cancel on the base here on the left side, but we do have a base being set up on the right as well, and he did just bleed out a ton of zealots for that one again. We are losing lots and lots and lots of zealots. Oh my god, these zealots getting caught here also is not good. If you can kind of evacuate some of them, that's gonna be fine, but yeah. Getting this base, hey! Good moves here from Mute. Maybe he can get himself into a good position. This base though might just be forfeit. You kind of want to consider a recall, I guess. He's gonna lose. Try to evacuate now. Gonna lose the base. Base for a base. Okay. But I think... So there was 3 bases being killed for Mute, or Mute did kill 3 bases, and Ragnarok only killed 1. I want to say, I want to applaud the Mute. I think it's a good move. Now if he can recall this army, he's gonna lose at least 1 Immortal and an Archon and a Tempest. So he loses 3 units for this move and a base and 19 workers apparently. Oh, but if he cannot keep this base alive, he recalled to the very lowest Nexus, yeah. And he needed to kill another pylon to get out of a block. Now I don't like it anymore. So he loses also 2 bases. Or 3. I mean, he's still in a playable position, but things are getting worse. Look at the production tab. Raptor's on the way. Gonna be a Broodlord transition coming in anytime soon. He does have a double spire, he just needs to transform it. There's the second one. Using an Archon just like that here. Do we have Storm at this point? Yeah, finally we got around to get some Storming for ourselves. There's a ton of High Templars here, a ton of Storm being packed in this army. That's some great stuff. I mean, if you can Storm, set up a position with a ton of High Templars, they're not gonna move in. That's a guarantee. But those grabs, they're good. Ragnarok kind of scrambling to get another base up. It's a good place here by Mute, and Mute is looking to secure his Nexus again, but this Lurker again? Man, is that a cannon or something? SHIN definitely needs to re-expand to this area here. Missing his timing there a little bit. Now he has to deal with this army first. And yeah, there's still tons and tons and tons of storm energy stacked in this force here. We're looking at, what, 9 High Templars. Now he needs to kind of also use feedback here against those Vipers, because you can see he just lost a ton of his units. They're very expensive ones as well. And if you only have storms, you're not gonna win a fight. You need some actual fighting units as well. Having that carrier and the Tempest being bled out there was a huge deal here. Losing the Oracle. Man, those Archons shoot into this clump. Shoot into this clump. Oh god. Okay, so now we're morphing a few Archons here. And yeah. It's time for Ragnarok to be aggressive, I guess. He's making the greatest span now. But Mute is playing some beautiful games actually here. You really have to hand it to him, my god. 100 roses have been killed. Only 9 drones and 35 workers of probes. 1 Nexus. God, who knows how many cancels on hatcheries and Nexi. And we're pushing in. That's a nice tech, but he'll lose the Oracle. A little bit sloppy on the move there. And we need to remake a lot of High Templars. Get on those gases. Get these gases up and running. You need those High Templars, you need those Storms. Corruptor's coming in for some snipes here. It might be a good target getting that robot facility. He's warping in 1 and 2 Stalkers. Not gonna do anything. Why even bother? He's making Blink now. And he's trying to shove in at the same time. He's kind of running through Lurker Spikes, but only a little bit. But there's Lurkers set up everywhere. I mean, look at this. There's Lurkers here, there's Lurkers here. There's none over here. Something you need to fix here is Ragnarok. Gonna go ahead and do so. Oh, did we just lose an observer? I think that was the last observer. There's only 1 Oracle and that's at home. Oh my god, he just lost the observer, the only vision he had, to a Spore, and now he needs to move back. And Ragnarok's like, oh, wait, you're moving back, mate? That's, oh, thank you. Oh my god. Lurker almost killed 2 High Templars there. Mute is maxed out again. If you can secure this base, both players trying to take that one currently. And he's a good shot. If he gets that base up and running and provides himself a pushing ground on here on the top and kind of denies the base on the top right, he still needs to kill 17 Broodlords. It's only 12. But look at the anti-air. We do have 8 Archons and 6 Stalkers. And he's maxed. There's no Tempest anymore. Oh, Storms! He's dealing some damage to them, but it's not enough. Also, this base, it never actually got up. He's even killing those, killing those guys. Now microing those Broodlords here. It's fusing them. While our ground pounding army is trying to relocate, trying to run away. Infest is even chasing with Fungals. Not gonna hit. Man, that Templar. He was almost dead there. In the end, Mute did not manage to secure that base, but he has this one still up and running. Trying to get this over here, but even this one Ling is gonna be good because he has +1 armor. I mean, the probes actually have better armor. There again, a big fight here, trying to come in here from the plateau again. Needs to be a little bit careful, Ragnarok, that is. He needs to kind of poke, hit and run with the Broodlord army. He cannot take a frontal fight because he might just lose that one, or it's definitely going to be very, very close. He's been killing so many Archons though. We're looking at, what, 17 dead Archons at this point. It's so many Archons. And the Fungal coming from downtown. Also, on top of all of the Stalkers, if you can now clean these Stalkers out, there's gonna be nothing to shoot at those Broodlords. And yeah, I mean, Immortals shooting at Broodlings, nice and all, but GG is gonna be called. SHIN is gonna take the victory, but man, Mute put up a fight. What a fighter.